Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Street podcast. This is episode 201. The countdown to episode 300 begins now.
Yep. Just be sure that you're here every time to keep us honest. We don't want to accidentally jump forward or miss one, so we need you to watch every single episode to keep us honest.
True. Very true. But yeah, if you're here and you don't know why you're here, it's because we're a couple of nerds who just talk about video games and play a lot of video games, talk about games, talk about nerd stuff like John's Sonic statue that's behind him.
Hmm.
That kind of stuff. John unboxes Jack Skellington things that are broken, right? Was it broken
Yeah.
when you opened it, or you
No.
returned it and then got a good one?
No. They. So what it was is it was a statue that I was really excited for. I pre-ordered it like years in advance, and I got it, and it was a Jack and Sally couple of figures that you would place on top of Spiral Mountain from Nightmare Before Christmas. But the foot holders to keep those figures in place wasn't good at all, and they would fall. And the figures themselves were so fragile that I had to replace the figures twice. And they were like a limited run of like, I think it was like 1,000 statues in total. It got to the point where I was scared to put it up, so it just sat in the box forever. I finally sold it before I moved. I didn't want to because it's such a cool
Did
statue
you hold on?
itself.
Did you make your money back on it at least?
It was close to it. I think I paid 200 for it. I got like 175 for it, so I can live
Cool.
with that. Yeah. So I was disappointed to have to get rid of it, but it was also to the point where I was like, I'm never going to put this up because I'm too scared to put it up because I don't want it to break and never be able to replace it again. So yeah.
Yeah. So for more content like that, subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Pixel Street videos on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street. Check out our pinned tweet there for an invite to the Discord. You can click on that, join our Discord. We're going to be doing Pal Party nights. Most likely, the soonest one will probably be when Splatoon 3 comes out, and John will be talking about that in a little bit here because he actually took part in the, what's it called? The Splatfest?
Yeah. Splatfest world premiere is what happened over the weekend.
What a weird name. Like, Splatfest? Like, I feel like they should have called Splatfest an event after the game comes out.
No,
You know what I mean?
Splatfest is an event that just that was already happening in prior games. It's that special event where you choose a team and then just play the game, and whatever team like gets the most points is like declared the winner at the end.
Oh,
The
no,
Splatfest,
they're declared the wettest,
the wettest, yeah,
the
they
splattiest.
they get all up in that ink. They're like, "Oh, baby, yeah,
So wet.
mm, give me that white ink."
Let's go mop up the white. You know what I mean?
What if Nintendo made white one of the colors and you were just like splooging white ink all over the place?
That would not end well. There would be so many memes, John. The thing
Oh
is
yeah.
like the colors in that game are so vibrant as it is. Oh
Mhm.
shit. Hold on. I opened Twitch for some reason and I got an ad and it was very loud in my ears. But the colors in that game are so vibrant. I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to switch the purple to white like in After Effects. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Just like the same way you would green screen stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably could, but yeah, I'm not going through that effort.
But won't.
Yeah.
So yeah, this week we're gonna be talking about The Last of Us Part One primarily. That's kind of our leading story because reviews are out now. So um, yeah, let's just get into it, John. Last of Us
All
Part
right.
One, not a remake, not a remaster.
No,
Like
it's a
what?
remake.
Kind of,
It's 100% a remake.
but like not with new gameplay and stuff like they were
No.
originally
No.
advertising.
No. So yeah, Last of Us Part One reviews came out today. The game releases this Friday, I believe. But yeah, pretty much early remarks on the game is it's very good because it's The Last of Us. It's the same game that you played back in 2013, but this is also the definitive version because it's definitely the prettiest, and I guess there's some really cool like graphical tech in there. But other than that, this is the same exact game that you played in 2013, the same exact game that you played on the PS4 with the remastered version. It's just the same game, which I think we all have known for a while now. Even though I want to say Neil Druckmann said that there was like, didn't Naughty Dog or Neil Druckmann say that there was going to be gameplay improvements?
They like hinted at it, but never like officially confirmed or denied it. And
Yeah.
that's why, like, when was it, like a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago at this point, when gameplay leaked, everybody was so surprised that it just looked like the same gameplay from Last of Us Part 1, because everybody was kind of led to believe that it was going to be like Last of Us Part 2 mechanics and everything in
Hmm.
gameplay, but it did not look like it at all. And I think that's where it is now. Like, they take like certain hints of the Last of Us Part 2 gameplay in terms of like, I don't know, probably an animation when you go to pick something up, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, but the gameplay is still very much Last of Us 1.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I have been saying it for a while. It's like this game didn't need a remake yet. Like, yeah, cool. They could have just made like another uh PS5 version of the remaster game, and that would have been fine. But I think what happened here was Sony wanted to charge the $70 for a full game. So they're like, okay, go back in here and remake all this stuff, remake like the facial animations and stuff. No one's denying that the game looks gorgeous and that it looks very good, but I'm also seeing a lot in the reviews. I'm seeing a lot of people say, like, yeah, unless you are like a diehard person that wants to replay this game again and again and again, like I don't really know if this is the game for you to buy right now at
Yeah.
$70. And that's pretty
Yeah.
much what we've known all along.
Yeah, and I know like last time we talked about it was kind of when they announced the official release date, the day after it had leaked online. Um and I had said I'll probably end up picking it up, and that's probably still true, but like I have no intention on picking it up anytime soon. Like
Hmm.
I'll wait until it goes on sale in like 6 months. You know what I mean? Like I have no
Yeah.
rush to buy and play this just because all the reviews are saying it's exactly the same game as the first one, just much prettier. Which
Hmm.
like that's great and everything, but it's like I don't know. Like at what point do reviews just become redundant for like a remake or a remaster? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's like yeah, you could look at reviews for it, but like can't they just copy and paste the same review they made, but then also just be like, oh, a little fucking paragraph at the bottom. It's a lot prettier than the last one.
Hmm. Yeah, no, there's an argument for that, but yeah, it really just comes down to what you're looking for out of a review. Everyone likes to get up in arms about how people handle their reviews, and I've written reviews. I've done a couple recent reviews on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out, Pixel Street Videos. But it people get mad of the score they give them. They get mad for not liking one part of it. They're like, "Hey, you need to be non-biased in this. Like, a review is 100% biased. It's yeah, I get that you're supposed to look at. Oh yeah, I can understand why this part of this game is great, even though it wasn't for me and everything. But a lot of it is like, yeah, no, I didn't like this. It's a recommendation. People are gonna play through this game and they're like, yeah, this is The Last of Us. It's good because of that. But if you've already played it multiple times in the past, do you want to spend $70 to go through the same exact story and everything again? I guess the only real difference in the story is that they added Abby's dad from Last of Us Part 2 in at the end because we now
Because
know who he
yeah,
is.
we all know he was there. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's in his proper place now. Like, yeah, that's cool. They could have easily done that with a simple PS5 version of the remaster. Like, that's all that needed to be done.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree. Um, for me, it doesn't seem like it. To me, it's not a $70 game, and that's because I have never. That's because I've already played the game, right?
Hmm.
I already own it on my PS4. I played it on my PS4 Pro. If you're somebody who has never played The Last of Us, the first game, then this is a no-brainer buy because it's
Oh
one of
yeah.
the best games ever made, and this is going to be the best way to play it. I'm watching. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see like gameplay footage right now. It looks fucking
Oh,
amazing. Like it looks
that
so good.
that opening part still gets me, man. It's so damn good. Make sure you don't spoil that for anyone that hasn't played that. Yeah, it's just so good. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm talking down on the reason for this existing and everything, but this is one of the best cinematic narrative games ever made to this point, and it was made in 2013, I believe. So we're
Yeah.
getting close to a decade of it, and this is the third time that it's released. I don't know. It's
It's
a bit,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know. It'd be like if I don't know. Let's see, where are we at? Like say Halo 2, right? It'd be like if
mhm,
we've seen Halo 2 like 3 to 4 times already.
mhm, yeah. It's it'd be like if we've seen Skyrim like 8 times. Oh wait, we
Well,
have.
no, yeah, it's that's true. But no, it would literally be like if we saw Halo 2 6 times now because Halo 2 is 20 years old.
Yeah.
Or so it's like, well, no, Halo 2 is 18 years old. Halo 1. It'd be like if we saw Halo 1 6 times now because it's 20 years old.
Yeah,
Like
if it got
that's
like a
insane.
full remake, not just a remaster too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit much. Especially since we're getting an HBO series that's going to tell this exact same story again.
See, my theory is that that's why this game exists is to help
I
like a push people who might play this for the first time to watch the show and subscribe to HBO,
mhm.
or b push people who watch the show on HBO and say, "Hey, I want to see where this came from," and then play on PS5 and buy a PS5.
I will say I am very excited for that HBO
Dude,
series.
the new like teaser that they put out for it looks amazing.
It does. Yeah. Yeah. I love The Last of Us and everything, but I'm not crazy about this being a remake. I really thought I've been saying since it was announced that I think Jack and Daxter should have gotten a remake before Last of Us got a remake. There's so many Sony games that deserve to be brought back. The Last of Us is already, and I get it. It's probably their top franchise at the moment. But man, I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me the way they're doing this. But so we mentioned that reviews have come out. So Metacritic Score is also out right now. The Last of Us Part One remake, its Metacritic critical score is sitting at an 89, which is 6 points lower than the original and the remaster version. Both of those scored 95. Makes sense. They were very close together, and they're both great games. But yeah, some people are criticizing reviewers for giving it a lower score for it being the same game. How do you feel about that situation?
I feel that if it was the same exact person reviewing it, then they should have given it the same score. But like at IGN, they churn people like you said, it's all subjective to the person playing it.
Hmm.
For instance, I don't like Sonic games as much as John. So I'm not going to give a Sonic game a 95 because John gave that Sonic game a 95. Even
Hmm.
though we both like make reviews and stuff for Pixel Street videos. Like that's just not how it works, right? Like that's the point of reviews is like I don't know. I feel like a lot of people find like a reviewer who they share the same taste with in terms of video games, and they like take their opinion like very well. Whereas like IGN, there's so many people there. Like there might be somebody you don't necessarily agree with because like maybe they're super into like I don't know fighting games, and fighting games aren't your thing. But then like also they get thrown like, hey, review The Last of Us. And they're like, okay, well, I didn't like The Last of Us that much because I'm a fighting game guy primarily. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like 89 is not a bad score, but like
it's a
it
great
does
score.
it doesn't make sense that it would be exactly the same given that a bunch of different people at all these outlets are reviewing it. You have to think those reviews came out 10 years ago.
Not even that though. It's also your perspective changes when you play the same game so many times in a short period. I get 9 years. I mean, that's not necessarily a short period, but we've seen this game multiple times since it originally released now. And yeah, if I was reviewing this, I don't, I'd give it a 10 out of 10 when I first played it. I would probably knock it down to like a 9 if just for the greater graphics. Like, yeah, I've played all this. I wanted something new. That's just kind of how I would look at it. If I'm expecting like a massive remake, I want And I get people are saying, "Hey, it's the definitive edition." Like, yeah, this is your best way to play it and everything. Yeah, I can look at that, but I'll be like, but why should I recommend someone that's already played this to buy it again? It's you already know what you're getting into. You know everything about this game already.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It just I don't know. I part of me feels like it's kind of just like Sony's way of being like, all right, we know it's gonna get like 90s and stuff. We know
Hmm.
we're gonna look like good people. Like we know we're gonna look like a good console to buy your kid when it comes to the fall because they're gonna see this online. Like
Your kid.
you know, you know
I'm
what I
just
mean.
I'm just imagining a like an 11-year-old playing The Last of Us. Oh
Hey,
man.
I would have done it, but still,
Oh, I mean,
like,
I would have too. Yeah.
but like my point is that like they want to get this high praise for something right now,
Yeah.
like just because it's easy, like that. Like Naughty Dog kept saying, like when they were talking about it leading up to this launch, that they like just tweaked around with some stuff and realized like, hey, it wouldn't be that hard for us to remake the first game, so they did it. And
Mhm.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess, logistically, if you want to be Sony and be like, well, we launched three, 9 out of 10 games this year. Whatever, like, stupid fucking factoid they want to put out there to make sales. But at
Mhm.
the same time, it's like, I agree with you. It's the same game. Like, I will play it at some point, whether I buy
Yeah.
it or it comes to the PlayStation Plus thing or it goes on sale for $30.
I do wonder, like Black Friday time, what will the price of this be?
My guess is like $40, maybe
Yeah.
50.
I
And
I
even
mean,
then, it still seems like a lot in my mind.
yeah, for sure, but that's definitely better than 70.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I also think it's weird that they didn't just put this in the PlayStation Plus like ultra premium tier.
That's
Like,
what they're saying they can't do it. Sony will go bankrupt if they put their
like it,
releases on their day
John.
one.
It doesn't make sense. Like it's a new service they're offering. They want to get people hooked on it. Everybody knows the subscription model is like where you generate like your recurring revenue because people
Yep.
will subscribe to that, forget about it, and then look at their bank statement like, "Oh shit, 2 months ago I was charged $240 to be a PlayStation I don't even know what they're called. Premium member? Is that the top one? I don't
I
know.
think that was it,
But
yeah.
like I feel like that would be such an easy way to get people to subscribe to that is if you threw this in there.
Mhm. Yeah. No, that I totally agree. If this was in that premium thing, I mean, one, I'd be super pumped because we're both on it, but two, like that is I a lot of my problems with this go away if that's the case. It'd be like because that's the big thing is the money for this is just insane.
Yeah, 70
It's
bucks is
too
crazy.
much.
Because
It's
like
way
I don't know how much it is if you were to pay per month for like the top tier of the PlayStation Plus, but assume it's like 20-25 bucks,
it's
right?
18, I want to say.
Okay. So we'll just say 20 bucks. Just an
Yep.
even 20 bucks. Like that's not unreasonable for like Joe Schmo to spend $20, get that premium subscription for a month, play through this game and then cancel it. Like
And
I could justify that in my head to somebody.
and just imagine the marketing on it. Hey, join the new PlayStation Plus premium tier and play The Last of Us Part 1. Like that's a perfect selling point for your service.
Yeah, but instead, you know what's gonna happen?
Hmm.
Watch. This would be really fucking stupid if they did it. Watch the new show come out, and then they add like The Last of Us remastered to that PlayStation Plus.
Oh my god. I would be so mad. Is it already on there?
I don't know. I don't know. It very well may be because there's a lot of
It
PS4
really,
games on there.
yeah. That would be really funny if it's already on there and you could just play the game without spending anything extra.
Yeah, but yeah, I think we're both on the same page. Like, it's definitely not a game that needed to happen. Um, I'm sure I'll enjoy it whenever I do ever play it, if it goes on Super Sale or
Yeah, I think there's two points to this. One, if you've played it once and you're not really someone that likes to go back to games and play things over and over again, don't buy it right now. Two, if you've never played this, we highly recommend this. This is a must buy. You need to play this game, or if you're someone that's a mega The Last of Us fan, that you're fine with just a graphical update.
Yeah, 100%. If you have not played this game, go buy it and play it.
Yeah.
If you don't have a PS5, definitely don't buy a PS5 to play this because I can almost guarantee you that this will be on PC one day.
Yeah. One sec here. Brandon Addison's got he's chatting up in the YouTube. You can also join him if you catch our live streams on YouTube. Naughty Dog probably needed to sell this game again to fund their online game they were planning. The factions thing, I don't know. No, Naughty Dog has all the funding in the world for that game. This is not connected to that at all. I think this is 100% Sony being like, you know what? We can make a lot of money by remaking one of our most popular games of all time. He also said they also shouldn't have called it a remake because Resident Evil 2 back in 96 to Resident Evil 2 in 2018 was a remake. This wasn't. There's something to be said there. The whole like remake remaster kind of thing, it's a fluid situation because on one hand, you have Final Fantasy VII, which changes up a lot about that game, like a lot. And then Resident Evil 2, which everyone loves and also changed up a lot of that game. But then you look at like the Crash Bandicoot games that they remade, and I 100% would call those remakes, and they were remakes that people want. The difference between these things is Crash Bandicoot was waiting 25 years or so to get something. The Last of Us, we haven't even made a decade without.
Not even. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, John, let's move on. Enough Last of Us talk.
Yep.
That's all anybody's talking about today.
Yep. So let's talk
Um,
about more Last of Us.
yeah, so let's talk about another game that we've seen way too many iterations of. Assassin's Creed. The next game it leaked. It's going to be called Mirage. It'll star
Awesome.
Bassam, which is that's a new person, right?
That is a character from Valhalla.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know
Mm.
that. I must not have gotten that far in the game. I don't know how far in he is.
So you've probably seen him, but he's very much a side character in the game. He is like there's two assassin people that you meet in the game, and they're the ones that give you your hidden blade that you put on the outside instead of the inside. He's one of those guys.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember that
Yeah.
part. But yeah, it's gonna release spring 2023 allegedly, from the leak. It's gonna take place in Baghdad,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Hmm.
And I think from the year like 650 to 670 or something like that.
yeah. Yeah. So
That sounds right.
the whole thing with Bassam, this is supposed to be a prequel to Valhalla. Bassam is a character that during Mirage here, he's supposed to be a thief, and at some point, the god Loki, like converges with his mind and like starts taking it over, and he becomes immortal. Because if you play through Valhalla, you'll know that Bassam is still alive in the current day. It's a thing, I guess.
Wait, but
Bassam
wait,
can,
Valhalla still does that current day stuff?
yeah, it does. Yeah.
I might have seen it when I played. I didn't play through the whole game, but I played a large chunk. But I just don't remember it.
Yeah,
That's how forgettable that game was to me.
I've been saying since the beginning they need to get rid of the current day stuff. It's so stupid.
I
But
dude,
whatever.
I
That's
like I get what they were trying to do at the time when the first game came out, because like that would appeal to people. But then like they just started going more and more into this RPG aspect where it's like, all right, why are we going to the current day where these people they can't do anything? You're running from people that are trying to find you. Like, why are they trying to find you? Because you're going through history as a dude
your
named
blood.
Ezio.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's whatever. But going back to Mirage here, this is not connected to Assassin's Creed Infinity. That is a live service game that they're working on. That's going to be the next big thing. This is more. I would compare this more to like Assassin's Creed Rogue, which was a game that released alongside Unity, but on like last gen games. Where yeah, it was a full Assassin's Creed game, but it definitely wasn't their focus point. You know what I'm saying?
I think the leaks were saying that this started as DLC
Yes,
for
this
Valhalla.
Yep, this was originally a DLC for Valhalla, and they just put more work into it to make it its own game. Apparently, you're going to be playing as Bassam before he becomes a hidden one, aka an assassin. Um, yeah, it's a. I'm kind of excited. Oh, it's and I guess we should also note that it's coming back to the original games gameplay. You're not going to see the giant RPG open world like in Odyssey, Origins, and Valhalla. Um, yeah, so I'm kind of excited for it. We're probably going to see it announced on September 9th or 10th, whenever that Ubisoft Forward event is.
It's the 10th,
Um,
September 10th.
10th. Okay. Yeah, this is it, of course, take this all with a grain of salt, but we've got Jason Schreier, who is one of the most reputable voices out there with leaks and stuff, saying that this is coming. But there's a bunch of stuff, including a DLC for the season pass on this for a remake of the very first Assassin's Creed. Which, if there's any Assassin's Creed that needs a remake, it is that first one because that one is rough to play.
Dude,
I thought,
I rented
oh,
that game and I played for an hour. Like I rented it like maybe a year after it came out or something, you know. It was out
mhm,
long enough to where it was like, all right, I had heard about it. People I saw it online and I was like, all right, I'll
yeah,
try it. And I could not play that game, John. That game was
I
clunky as hell.
it was clunky. It was not great. Yeah, I'm the same way. I played it. I want to say I rented it or I bought it from GameStop long after it released, and I was like, it almost got me pushed off of Assassin's Creed in general because I was like, I don't like this game. I don't like it at
Dude,
all.
I
And
do.
then
I didn't play an
someone,
Assassin's Creed game after trying that until
mhm,
I played. Somebody told me to play Assassin's Creed 2, and this was like 6 years ago at this point. So like
yeah,
way later. So when I played Assassin's Creed 2, I was like, all right, that wasn't so bad. Like I like that, like the timepiece of what that is. And
mhm.
then I jumped into Origins, and I fell in love with Origins. So
Yeah, I played Assassin's Creed 2 later, probably 2010-ish, I would guess, is when I played it. Because that's when someone finally convinced me to give it a try, and I loved it. That's one of my favorites in the series. Yeah, I don't know. Joel, does this do anything for you? Are you excited to play Assassin's Creed Mirage?
I'm excited to play it if it is a shorter experience because I think that with Valhalla, like they just scaled everything up so fucking huge that it like kind of turned me off of it a bit. Like at one point I had so many quests and stuff, I was like, I don't know what I want to do or where I want to go because if I, you know, if I go start doing stuff one way, then I'm going to come back to do the other ones. I'm going to be like way overpowered and then it's just going to be easy and not fun.
Hmm.
Um so I don't know. I think that the maps and everything are just getting way too big in a game like that. Like it's a little different in a game like Grand Theft Auto where you can fly a fucking hover car across the map or fly,
Yeah,
you know, fly at all. But in a game like Valhalla where it's like, take this horse, go
yeah.
fucking, it'll take you 2 hours to get to the other side of the map, but you can do it.
Hmm.
It's a little different in my head at least when it comes to a game, you know, an RPG like that. But yeah, I don't know if it's a smaller like 20, 30 hour experience, I would definitely be into it. 20,
Yeah,
30 hour being like what it would take to like 100% it. Um,
yeah, yeah.
but
If you're going just main story, I would expect this to be 10 hours at most.
yeah, um, it's also weird. Ubisoft really likes putting remakes of their old games in season passes of newer games.
Yeah,
Like,
they're doing this recently. They did it with Far Cry, right?
yeah, Far Cry
Yeah,
3, the remaster or remake, I don't know. I think it was a remaster. But
yeah, probably just a reminder.
that was a part of the Far Cry 5 or 6 season pass. It's just a
It's sick.
weird like I'm not mad about it. It's just a weird decision.
You would think that they would sell it separately.
I think no,
Um,
you can also buy them separately.
oh,
Like it
okay.
like so like I what I assume is that if you don't own Mirage, they'll sell you the game Assassin's Creed remake for like 30, $40.
Wow. Yeah, getting that for just the season pass, which I haven't seen it. Obviously, I would guess would be $30 for the whole
Yeah.
thing, maybe 40. Like, yeah, that'd be a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand it. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the anti-Sony thing. We just talked about Sony not wanting to put Last of Us to get subscribers.
yeah,
Like
right.
this is like the smart thing for Ubisoft to do. More people will play Assassin's Creed remake because it's a part of that, battle pass or sorry season pass.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Huh?
Moving on, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I almost said Violent. um, has a pitiful
This
pre-order
time
bonus.
they're hardcore.
This is really the pre-order bonus: 10 potions, 10
Yeah.
antidotes, and 3 revives.
Yep. That
What
is the
is going
pre-order
on?
bonus. Yeah, so yeah, apparently the Pokemon company's like, "Hey, guys, get your pre-orders in and you'll get these potions, antidotes and revives."
Hold on, aren't pre-orders different per store though?
They might be this might just be I saw this pre-order with Amazon. I'm not sure if this is a universal thing. But it being usually when store pre-order bonuses are different, it's physical stuff they give you. Like usually GameStop will give you like a poster. Um, Amazon or Best Buy will give you like a steelbook case. Um, when it's in game stuff, it's usually always a universal thing. But I could be wrong. I haven't looked that hard into it. But Joel, if you saw this, does this make you want to go out and pre-order Violet or Scarlet?
No, you could literally buy all those things in an hour of playing the game.
Not even. The potion is literally always the cheapest thing to buy in the
Yeah,
game. And you're given like 5 free right in the beginning always, something like
yeah,
that.
exactly. It's honestly it's like a spit in the face
Yeah.
to
The,
anybody to anybody that pre-orders games specifically to get like the bonus, right? Because like
mhm.
Pokemon, like I generally always pre-order them because there always is a bonus, even if it's
there,
something stupid like
there's decent ones.
for Arceus, I got like whatever the region's called, I forget. Hisui region? Is that what it was?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Um they gave me like a postcard as if I had visited there, which I thought was cool.
Oh, yes.
Like I didn't go out of my way to pre-order it, but I was like, "All right, that's a cool pre-order bonus." But like this is like why? Why like you should just give this to anybody who buys your game if that's going to be what the pre-order bonus is.
Yeah, this that should just be included. I really want to meet the person that's like, man, I really was on the fence about buying Pokemon Scarlet
Yeah.
and Violet, but
But
once I saw that
now
pre-order bonus of free potions, I'm in, baby. Yeah, no, Pokemon's had some good bonuses in the past. I don't think it was a pre-order bonus. It might have been with the Pokeball thing, but Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee like gave you a Mew for getting the game with that like Pokeball, which was
yeah,
an
if
extra cost and everything, but still, that's a cool bonus.
that is a cool bonus. I actually think I have that Pokeball. I think it's Kenny's. Sorry, Kenny, if I still have it. I don't know where the
Oh,
fuck it is. He let me borrow it, and I used it like once. Um, I wish I had
mhm.
bought that thing originally because having a Mew in that game would have been cool. Also, that game was badass. That game was so cool. I
It
wish
was
they would
alright.
do more remakes like that. But
Hey, give me Let's Go Cyndaquil and I'm all yours. But yeah, Joel, do you care about pre-order bonuses anymore?
if they're cool, I do. Um,
What is a cool pre-order bonus to you? Like, let's
if
see, is that
it also depends. So
I'm trying to think of a game that you're on the fence about.
okay, a cool pre-order bonus is never going to be something I'm on the fence about. That's what I was
Okay,
going to say. It's only
eh,
to be something I'm excited for. So
okay,
like Halo, for instance, if I got like a really cool looking skin that I could only get if I pre-ordered it at like Best Buy, I would pre-order it at Best Buy to get that skin just because I'm a Halo nerd, right? And
hmm
like if they had done that to where it's like, but at GameStop you get this other one, and on Amazon I would have pre-ordered that game 5 fucking times if I had to get every skin. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's ever any pre-order bonus that can make me be like, you know what? I wasn't gonna buy The Last of Us Part One when it came out for $70, but the fact that you gave me fucking, I don't know, a skin for a pistol in the game, I think I might buy it now. Like no,
hmm
like that's never. It's either I'm excited to buy a game or I'm not, right? And
yeah,
like for me, I think review scores and reviews are way more important to swaying my decision at least to buy a game than like anything they could give me to buy the game. Um,
hmm
like for instance, Saints Row, right? That's a game I told you I was very mild about. I was like, I don't know. I'll wait for review scores. Review scores came out. It was a solid 6. I said, nope. I just turned around and went home.
Yeah, it's so
I was in line at midnight. I was at the midnight release. I was in line, saw review scores dropped. I turned around and went home.
Oh man. Yeah, I think generally I just have a very good idea on whether or not I'm gonna buy a game. And pre-order bonuses are just so minute. If there's gonna be a cool pre-order bonus, I want a poster, something physical. Um I was working at GameStop when it released, so I was gonna get it anyway, but Kingdom Hearts 3 had like this cloth uh Toy Story Kingdom Hearts thing that I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'll get that. There, I've also had like Spyro posters and all this other stuff. I love those physical pre-order stuff. The bonus stuff is always so small. Like it's not the potions and stuff small. Usually it's something like you said, a free skin or something like that. The, cool, whatever. But yeah, I can't really think of a time where I was like, oh, I have to pre-order this game now just to get that. Maybe
Maybe like for Call of Duty beta access, I've pre-ordered a game.
that
But
that's what I was gonna talk about.
but even still, like the
You
way
can
you
just
can,
cancel it.
yeah, you could cancel the pre-order after the beta. Like
Yeah.
I've
So,
literally done that before.
hmm
Oh, you know what got me, John? You know what got
what?
me? It wasn't a pre-order. It was for buying a game. You got something else. That game I bought. Hold on. Let's play a game. Let's see if you can guess it.
Okay.
I bought a 360 game so
Okay.
that I could play another game. Any guesses?
360. You bought Crackdown to play the Halo 3 beta.
Yes, 100%, John.
Yeah.
The only reason I bought Crackdown was so I could play the Halo 3 beta when it came out.
Yeah, I
And
hear that was a
it
pretty common thing.
yes, and you know what? It worked out because I fucking loved Crackdown 1. That game was dope.
Yeah. It
I
it
loved
was
that
all
game.
right. It was okay.
They
I've
definitely
never
made a lot
played.
of they definitely made a lot of sales on that game
Oh yeah,
strictly
just for
because
that.
Halo 3 was that was the only
Halo
way to
3
get the
was an
Halo 3
event.
beta.
That was an event. That was a lot. Yep. All right, you ready for some quick news?
Let's do it. Go through it, John.
Ubisoft have delayed shutting down servers for their older games by a month. If you're
Oh
gonna do
boy.
that, Ubisoft, just don't shut them down. Obviously, people are excited and want to go back to this. I don't know.
What games do you know?
There was quite a few of them. The like old Assassin's Creed multiplayers were included.
Oh,
I want to
like
say
Unity?
no, not Unity didn't have it. It was the 360 ones. Three Brotherhood, Revelations, probably those games. They had the like assassin multiplayer mode, which was okay. I never thought it was anything particularly special. Next up, PS Plus free games for what month are we going into? September. Need for Speed Heat, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, and Toem.
Oh,
Uh,
hold on.
ex-
It's also worth noting some games are coming to the PlayStation Plus top tier. Like Deathloop is going on there. I don't know. I
huh?
forget what else.
How the hell has that not been announced for Xbox yet?
Probably just whatever deal was made before Microsoft bought them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. Xbox games with gold for September: Gods Will Fall, Thrillville, which is an original Xbox game, Double Kick Heroes, and Portal 2. If you have an Xbox, you need to download Portal 2. Joel, I think you've said before that you've never played it. I
Nope.
want you to download this game and we run through the co-op campaign together because it's separate from the normal campaign and it's so much fun.
Why is it separate?
It's just there's two different campaigns. There's the single player
Oh,
campaign and
really?
then the co-op campaign. Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty
It,
cool.
yeah, it's one of my favorite games of all time. I really much want you to download that. Next up, Quantic Dream have been acquired by NetEase. Speaking speculative,
Who the fuck is NetEase?
NetEase. Shit. What's there? There was a recent game that they made that I played. NetEase games. I want to say Diablo Immortal. they're those developers? They're under Tencent, I wanna
Yeah,
say.
they made Diablo Immortal, Life After,
Yeah,
Onmyoji, Rules of
yeah,
Survivor, Knives Out, Dead by Daylight. They did something for Dead by Daylight, I guess.
mm,
Maybe they helped work on it.
maybe the Switch version. Whatever. But yeah, my speaking speculatively, I really think that the Quantic Dream, they're the guys that made Heavy Rain, what's the robot game? Detroit Become Human, that kind of stuff. They've really been under a lot of scrutiny and not great stuff
That
lately.
that frat boy culture,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, David Cage is a real dickbag. Um, yeah, I kind of think that they were getting to a point where they we've heard they've had so many problems trying to hire for their new Star Wars game. I think it's called Eclipse. I think they were getting to a point where it might have been getting a little dangerous for them, where they probably had to go out and look for anyone to acquire them. But I don't know that for sure. IO Interactive's James Bond game is set to release in 2025 at the earliest,
This is
and
so far.
that's a little disappointing. They announced that in 2020, I want to say. So yeah, but I will say
Hold
that
you
they're also working on a Dragon multiplayer game that's supposed to be an Xbox exclusive. So tells me that hopefully would come out before then. I don't know.
you think we see another Hitman game before then too?
No, they've said they're taking a break from Hitman.
Mm.
They did just announce a new roadmap for Hitman 3, though. Recently, a new map came to the game, which is pretty damn good. But they're still bringing content to it, but they're saying they're taking a break from making a new Hitman game. All right, Sony and Tencent now own 30% of From Software. Uh, doesn't really mean much at the moment, but either one of them could put even more money into them and really nail some Sony exclusives, I guess, if they wanted to. A Game Pass Friends and Family logo has leaked. I put a link in there, Joel, if you want to pull it up on the stream. If this happens, I would be pretty happy. I would love to get into some kind of like annual plan with like you and some other friends and be able to pay less for Game Pass. Which
I I mean
our
they
it,
kind of already they kind of already teased this, right? Before. Like they've
I,
officially
I
said that they're looking into this.
have they? I
Yeah,
don't know. Okay.
and then I think this picture is just confirming that it's for friends as well, not just immediate family. So,
Well, I think they know that even
yeah,
if it was supposed to be just family, people would use it with their friends.
yeah, it's going to get exploited, so it just makes
Yeah,
sense. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's in like the leaked price point is like $25 a month, which
Which
if that's the
it,
case, that's a no-brainer. $5 a person per month,
yeah, yeah. If
no-brainer.
it's like 5 people in there, that's that's even better than like Nintendo Switches. What is theirs? I think we're doing $10 a month through our family
No,
plan.
it's $10 a year.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But this is Game Pass we're talking about.
It's a way better value for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Okay, where was I? Oh, everyone hates Madden NFL 23. Even some NFL players are mocking the game. Mecole Hardman, I want to say he plays for the Chiefs. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
Uh, he put out a tweet saying this might be the worst Madden ever. I think I've seen a couple others really going hard on it. I've seen a lot. I haven't played the game yet, but I've seen it's got quite some interesting bugs. I posted one link in our Discord that had there was like a front office on the field, so he had to like hike the ball and like throw it through an office just sitting in the middle of the field. That was pretty funny. It's ridiculous. Have you played that yet? I think I saw you on it.
Yeah. So let's just talk about what we've been playing.
Okay,
Uh,
go for it.
so I have been playing Madden. I haven't played too much of it, but I haven't encountered any of these bugs. I assume because there are people who play Madden and like that's like their game, right? Like they'll
Hmm.
play like 20 hours of Madden a week. I think those are the people that are finding these bugs, which makes sense. The more you play the game, the more likely you are to find stuff like this. But for me
Yeah.
personally, I've just been like doing the Madden Ultimate Team stuff. Um, like the weekly challenges and stuff like that. So I haven't been finding any of these bugs. I'm sure maybe if I started playing different game modes and stuff, I might encounter them. But I mean, for now, I've been enjoying it for what it is. I haven't like played a new Madden game in a long time. Because what I've been doing is like every year Madden comes out, I'm like, oh, it'll be in Game Pass in 6 months. And then 6 months later, it comes to Game Pass. I'm like, I don't want to play Madden right now. It's not football season anymore.
No,
Like the Super Bowl's next week. My team didn't stand a chance. Why do I want to play this?
I think there
Um,
is a trial now though, right?
a
In Game
ten
Pass.
hour, yeah, there's a 10-hour trial if you have Game Pass or EA Play, but it's still like I don't know. You got to download it. It's a large file just to play 10 hours of the game. Um, but so yeah, this year I decided I was like, fuck it, I'll buy the game. I haven't bought the game when it came out in like at least 6 years now.
Hmm.
Um, so I bought it, and I don't know, I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I haven't played a new Madden in a long time, so it's cool to check it out. Although I
Is
will
it?
say, I kind of hope I run into some of those bugs because they look really fucking funny.
Yeah.
And I don't take Madden that seriously. I know there's people that like they'll break a controller if that shit happens to them and they're playing an online match. Like that's not me. I'll just laugh about it.
I don't care. Madden has always been janky as hell. Even when people say it was like really good in like the 2000s and stuff, it's never been like the perfect football experience. I don't
Okay, so like a lot of people are saying that NCAA Football 14 is a better football game than this. Like Adam Gumby,
know.
for instance, he was talking on Respawn and Fire. Adam Gumby, who the fuck knows?
Hmm.
He was talking on Respawn and Fire about how he downloaded the like there's a modding community that updates that game like today.
Yeah.
Like to active rosters and stuff because there's no NCAA football game, which is really
Yeah.
cool. I've been meaning to download it and check it out, but
Did they ever
NC,
announce when that new one's coming?
not officially. They just said that it's going to
Coming.
come.
Gotcha.
Um, but yeah, NCAA football has always had a different feel than Madden, um, which is like it's weird because you would think that they would feel exactly the same. But
Hmm.
even if you played NCAA football 14 and then played Madden 14, which generally would have come out like weeks apart back then, you would be able to tell the difference just playing the two different games. So yeah, I want to download NCAA 14 and check it out.
I
Um,
honestly think the best thing that could happen for Madden would be EA to lose the exclusive license and another team to make an NFL game so that they can compete together because Madden's been the only NFL game for 15 years now, something like that. They've had that exclusivity for so long and it's always the same thing and I don't know. I haven't played it since like 2015, I want to say 2014, something like that. So I don't know if it's still exactly the same way. Is there anything new in the game for you right now, gameplay wise?
I
That
mean, you can so like if you're throwing to somebody, you can hold left trigger and your guy kind of throws it like above his head, or
yeah,
you can hold left bumper and he throws it closer to the ground.
I remember that back in the day. So like I don't know. I just feel like there should be new features, new animations, like just something to like really make it stand out. I don't know. I also don't really care about the NFL anymore.
So
So
so one thing that annoys me personally is like I'm a Bears fan, and Soldier Field has these like they have two jumbotrons like in each like corner of the stadium,
mhm,
and they used to be very like skinny rectangular, right? Because that was like the aesthetic that went around. Like you could still see like the structure of the building is like a skinny rectangle up there. But
mhm,
over time, they're like, shit, this is too small. Let's make this really big, because it was weird to watch a replay on something that's long and skinny. And so over time, they're like, all right, let's make it bigger, right? Like 16:9 aspect ratio, whatever it is. So they made it bigger, and now like the rectangle comes and then it goes up, right, and then over. But in Madden, they haven't updated their graphics or anything for the stadium, so it's that giant screen. Like they have modeled like the new LED screen up there, but at times you'll look like if they're like panning around the stadium, you'll see they still have like the skinny rectangular like Bears like graphics because that's what they used to have in the game because
Yeah.
that's what used to be in the stadium like 6 years ago. So
Hmm.
like it's like stuff like that that's really frustrating to me. It's just but that's like such a minor detail. Like they
Yeah.
could be doing so much more with that game, but that just shows you like if they're not doing big stuff like different animations in the game and stuff, and they're not doing the small stuff either, then it's like what the fuck are they doing?
I just want NFL Street to come back. I want an arcade football game. It's
Fair
been a
enough.
while. Yeah. All right. So I've been playing Destroyal Humans 2 Reprobed. Uh, Review for that went up on our channel on Sunday or Saturday, something like that is when I put it up. And yeah, if you played the 2020 remake of the first game, this is more of that. It's good. I really like it. I need one achievement to 100% complete it, and I think it's a little bit bugged. I have to like take this basketball and dunk it through a hoop, and every time I do it, the ball it moves so fast it's hard to see if it actually goes through the hoop. But once it hits the ground, it falls under the ground, and then I have to like reload the level and go back to it.
The ultimate troll by the devs.
Yep, they got me. Um, but yeah, otherwise it like I said, it's more of the 2020 game. It's you get more weapons, there's more jokes and everything. It's one of those PS2 era games that I am so happy came back. These games I always wanted to play as a kid, but for whatever reason I never got them. So I've been so happy that they have been brought back lately, and I really enjoy them.
Yeah, I
Um,
never I never played them. I know we previewed the second game a little bit,
mhm.
but I don't know. It's just not something that sticks with me. So I don't think I'll end up playing this. I mean,
Yeah,
like it looks really like the graphics look great, like the updated version and everything. But
yeah,
like I understand the appeal of being an alien invading Earth and
just destroy.
disguising yourself.
One of my favorite things is just going up into the saucer and you can just absolutely level an entire city. It's so fun.
Moving on, the other game I'm going to talk about is Destiny 2. But before we get into that, I want to talk about NCAA football a little bit.
Oh,
Just one other thing I found out this week is
okay.
that in like NCAA football '08 or '07, '06, like one of those 2000 years, they had like a like road to dynasty mode or something where like you create your player, right, and you play all 4 seasons of your college career to try and make the NFL.
Hmm.
And the better you performed in your so like you could customize your dorm room in this game, right? And you could put posters up and stuff. But there was a poster of like your character's girlfriend on the wall. And the better you played, the hotter she got throughout the years in the season.
What?
Yeah, like there's actual like pictures of this. Well, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of this. That's pretty funny. I mean, I guess if you're going with like college frat boy stuff, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I've never played an NCAA game. Played some Maddens, but
I
I'm
can't
just not
find any
that.
pictures right now, but
Unfortunate.
yeah, but yeah. So if you want a hot girlfriend, go play one of those and do
Hmm.
really good. But yeah, I the other game I played was Destiny 2. Last week a new season started, and I think I talked about that briefly last week.
Yeah,
Um, it is the season. It's like a pirate theme season, season of plunder. I think is what it's called. So there's like new
Pirates are
events
in
and
right now.
stuff. Pirates are in right now, right? I mean,
Mhm.
Ubisoft knew it. Or who's making Skull and Bones? Ubisoft,
Yeah, that's
Activision,
Ubi.
Ubisoft. Yeah. So, I mean, they've known it for years. They've just been waiting for the
Yeah,
right time.
yeah. That's why they've been holding on to it.
Yeah. But yeah, new season started. The new raid came out over this past weekend. And like new with an asterisk because it was a Destiny 1 raid that they brought into Destiny 2 and like changed a few like minor mechanics around. And we played through that on Saturday and Sunday. We beat it in like I want to say like 9 hours of doing it. Um, just because like the stuff they did change, stuff like that, figuring out what weapons to use and stuff to do max damage. I actually played with Connor Kopp, everybody's favorite brony.
Hmm.
So we played Saturday, and then 2 people were unable to join us on Sunday to play, or they weren't available till like late at night. And we were like, well, fuck that. Like, I'm not trying to raid until 2 a.m. because like I'm definitely finishing this raid this weekend. So luckily, Matt didn't agree to raid with us because he's supposed to have a child, like like a week ago, but he still hadn't had his kid. So he was just like, he asked me to stream so that he could watch, and like I felt bad because it's like, oh man, you should have been here, but it is what it is. So he was watching on stream, um, and then yeah, Sunday he joined us, filled in one of the spots, and then Connor was also able to join us, and we were able to beat it. So um,
Cool.
yeah, it was the King's Fall raid. If you've played Destiny 1, you're probably familiar. It's where you kill. The fuck is his name? Hold on. Is it Crota or Oryx? Why am I drawing such a blank?
I don't.
Why,
I
John?
Dude,
Why am I drawing
Joel,
Oryx?
you
Oryx.
you could
Oryx.
tell me any name right now, and I would just go with it.
But yeah, one of my friends, or two of my friends, Larry and Alex, they actually just got into the game this past weekend because it was free to play, like all the DLCs. So they've started playing, and they have both now bought all the DLCs, and so has John. John is now the newest Destiny player, even though he probably hasn't launched the game yet.
No, I haven't. I've played it before.
Yeah.
I played through the base game, um, but that was about it. Okay. Is that all you had to say on Destiny?
Yeah, I mean the raid was really cool. It was cool going back and doing something you had done before, even though it wasn't a new game. In you know, basically the same thing, but in a new game. I
Gotcha.
had a blast with it.
All right. So last Saturday I played Splatoon 3. As we said earlier, they had the Splatfest world premiere. This time around, there are three teams you can choose from instead of two from Splatoon 2. This time it was rock, paper, or scissors. I was rock, and I want to say we won. Can't remember. I want to say rock won. But yeah,
The Rock always wins.
rock wins. Yeah. Dwayne Johnson came in, and that's where everything changed. So yeah, Splatoon 3, playing the normal turf war game. It's exactly what you think it is if you played Splatoon 2, which is a good thing. I think we already expected this. They've got some new weapons in there that were pretty fun. I tried out there's a bow and arrow, and then there was also a like windshield wiper katana. I think it was called the Splatana.
Of
And both of
course, of
those,
course, of course, it fucking was.
yeah. Um, both of those were pretty fun to play with. I also there was some kind of like dual wield thing that I really liked playing with. Yeah, all the new weapons and all the new specials that I tried out, they were really fun to play with. I enjoyed the game. I think I played 3 or 4 different maps, and I mean Splatoon maps don't really stick out to me. You just put me on them and everything.
Yeah.
The thing All right, so I'm glad that they're bringing back like Salmon Run as like a permanent mode and everything. I wish they would just let. I wish they wouldn't put maps on a rotation anymore,
I hate it.
be- because these games are so fast. They last 3 minutes long, and you get one of two maps for an hour. Like that's. I don't want to keep jumping into the same map over and over again. That's really what kills
So
my love.
they're on a daily rotation, right?
And out. Yeah, I want to
No, it's
either.
daily.
Is it daily?
Yeah, because I at least I think so. Because I played Splatoon 2 recently because me and you had played and I had it in my Switch. So I was like, all right,
Mm,
I'll play it. And I remember I played for like almost 2 hours and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? This is getting so boring. They're the same
yeah,
maps.
yeah. It playing the same thing over and over again sucks. Like if you have enough maps, just put it in a random rotation. Like I don't like the one of two choice. That I've never been a fan of that in Splatoon. But besides that, you know what you're getting with Splatoon 3. I'm excited for it. I know Joel is too, and we're definitely going to be playing it once it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
what kind of pre-order bonuses we get for that?
a jar of white ink. Um, I also played the tricolor.
I'm just gonna get a jar of John's cum in the mail 3 weeks
Yeah,
after I buy the game.
the tricolor turf war, which is the split. It's the Splatfest exclusive mode. You have three teams on in a game at one time. That was a lot of fun. I really liked that. Unfortunately I couldn't get into one until like the very end, so I only played one game. But I had a blast playing that. So definitely excited to try that again whenever the next Splatfest actually happens. Other than that, I've played a little bit of Back for Blood because the new, I think it's called Children of the Worm expansion came out. It's about a new cult because whenever there's an apocalypse, there's some kind of cult popping up. They've added a bunch of new enemies, a bunch of new items, a whole new act of levels and everything. I tweeted this out last night, but Back for Blood is one of the most underrated games in the last year for its post launch support. I know a lot of people played it at launch and they were like, this is fine. The stuff that they've put into the game since launch has been very good, and I highly recommend anyone play it if they have the expansion or if you
It,
have a friend with it. Because
that's what I was gonna ask. Like, can I
yep,
play it with you? Could like the
yep,
last one?
yep. If
And
you just hop into a game with me and you can play it.
can I also use the new items and stuff?
Hmm. Yeah,
Did
it's all like stuff on there. There's like bear traps that you have to look out for now. You can like shoot them to make them clamp up, or you can. I saw that you could buy one and like throw it down for an enemy to jump on. There was snipers now because I guess that's the cult guys shooting at you. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there, and I
wait, so
really
so hold on. You're killing like actual humans now?
there's still the zombie guys, but I think there are some cult. I think it's like a whisperers situation from The Walking Dead. I haven't gone into the story yet or anything, but it looks like they're humans like dressed up like zombies.
But you can kill them?
Yeah,
Huh.
there's snipers. There's some guy that like has these like vials of stuff that he like throws at you and it
That
directs
that
level.
almost sounds like more appealing to me. Like if they made a DLC
Really
where it was
cool.
like where it was like you had to get through like I don't know, like maybe the premise of one of these acts that they come out with is that you just stumbled across a camp. They could do like the cop out thing that every zombie game does, where it's like they're cannibals.
Yeah,
But no, just like something where it is like instead of zombies attacking you, it's literally just a shit ton of people from this camp trying to kill you.
hmm yeah. I am a big fan of Back for Blood. I highly recommend it. Joel, you should download it. Let's give it a try. I think if you're into that, you might like it.
I mean, I played the whole campaign. I just never played the
Yeah.
DLCs.
All right. Well, play it with me. Do it.
Maybe, maybe we'll see. I'm a busy man. But with that, we are going to end episode 102 of the Pixel Street podcast. As always, thank
Mm-mm,
you so much. Oh
mm-mm.
shit! What?
201.
Oh,
You
what
said
did I say?
102.
Long day. Uh, thanks so much for watching and listening to the show. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street. Check out our pinned tweet. You can find a Discord invite link there. Join us on our Discord where we host Pale Party nights every once in a while. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube by searching for Pixel Street videos. Leave us any and all feedback wherever you're watching or listening. We genuinely appreciate, good or bad. We want to hear what you have to say, how we can make the show better or worse. Some people might want it to be worse. We're too good, John.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, John, where are you at on them internets?
On Twitter, I am at Revx Shadows. You can find my writing on GamePro.com. I'm super excited because I got assigned to do some old guides for Black Ops 3 Zombies. So I'm actually
Why?
downloading
That's so
it right now.
random.
I'm so happy. Oh man, I can't wait to get
Wait,
that game
why?
back.
Why? Like, what?
Trends.
I was gonna say, is that what's happening? Is people are searching on GamePer for Black Ops 3 zombies?
Not they're searching on Google for it. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
You can find me on Twitter at Campos63 or twitch.tv/Campos63, where I've started streaming again. But at last, I'm going out of town for like 5 days, so
yeah.
I won't be streaming for at least a week. So But we will be right back here next week with episode 202 of the Pixel Street podcast.
Bye.